Alex's Journey to English Fluency. Chapter 1. A New Beginning. Alex is from Venezuela. He is in New York now. He wants to learn English. He thinks, I am excited and a little scared. Alex looks out of the window of his small apartment in Queens. He sees many cars and people. It is very busy. He feels small in the big city. He thinks about his family. They are far away. They tell him, "You can do it, Alex. We believe in you." Alex smiles. He feels happy and strong when he thinks about his family. As he takes in the bustling energy of New York City, he knows that with time, he will master the English language, fulfilling his dreams of a brighter future. Chapter 2. First Day Challenges. It is Alex's first day in his English class. The morning is sunny. Alex feels happy. He walks to the class. He thinks, today, I will learn new English words. Alex arrives at the community center. He sees the building. It is big and white. He goes inside. He finds his classroom. There are many chairs and a big board. The room is full of students. They are talking. Alex hears different languages. He feels a little nervous. He thinks, I hope I can understand my teacher. Mrs. Johnson, the teacher, comes in. She is smiling. She says, "Good morning, class." Everyone is quiet. Mrs. Johnson says, "Today we will talk and play a game. It will help us learn English." Alex is excited. He likes games. Mrs. Johnson starts the game. She says, "Please ask each other, what is your name? And where are you from?" Alex turns to the girl next to him. She has black hair. Alex asks, "What is your name?" The girl smiles. She says, "I am May. I am from China. And you?" Alex answers, "I am Alex. I am from Venezuela." May says, "Nice to meet you, Alex." Alex feels happy. He is making a new friend. He asks another student the same questions. The student is a boy from France. He says, "My name is Pierre. I am from France." Alex tries to remember the names. He thinks, May from China, Pierre from France. Mrs. Johnson asks the class, "Does anyone want to say their name and where they are from?" Alex raises his hand. He stands up. He feels a little scared. His heart beats fast. He says, "My name is Alex. I am from Venezuela." Some students smile. Alex feels good. He sits down. Then there is a problem. Mrs. Johnson asks a question. Alex does not understand. He hears the word coffee, but he is confused. Mrs. Johnson asks, "Alex, do you like coffee?" Alex thinks she's asking if he likes to call people. He answers, "Yes, I call my mom every day." Some students laugh. Alex is confused. He feels his face get hot. He is embarrassed. Mrs. Johnson smiles. She says, "No, Alex, I asked if you like coffee to drink." Alex understands now. He laughs a little. He says, "Oh, I am sorry. Yes, I like coffee." The class laughs with Alex. Mrs. Johnson says, "It's okay, Alex. Everyone makes mistakes when learning a new language." Alex feels better. He thinks, mistakes help us learn. I will try again. The class continues. They talk about their favorite foods. Alex learns new words. He feels happy. He is learning English. At the end of the class, Alex says goodbye to his friends. He thinks, today was a good day. I learned and made new friends. Alex leaves the class. He feels more confident. He thinks, I will learn more English. I will be better. He looks forward to the next class. Chapter 3. Learning Through Interaction. Today, Alex goes to a book club. It is at the library near his home. He thinks, I will practice English more. I will meet new people. Alex walks to the library. It is a big building with many books. He feels excited and a little nervous. He says to himself, books are good for learning. In the library, there is a small room. People are sitting around a big table. They are waiting. Alex sees them. He takes a deep breath and goes in. A woman with glasses looks at him and smiles. She says, "Hello, are you here for the book club?" Alex nods. He says, "Yes, I am Alex. I am new." The woman says, "Welcome, Alex. I am Linda. We are happy you are here." Everyone says hello to Alex. He feels welcome. He sits down next to a man with a friendly face. The man says, "I am Tom. What book did you bring?" Alex shows his book. It is a simple English story book. He says, "I bring this book. It is easy for me." Tom says, "That's great. Starting with easy books is good." Linda asks the group, "What did everyone read this week?" People talk about their books. They speak slowly. Alex listens. He tries to understand. It is hard, but he learns new words. When it is Alex's turn, he feels nervous. He says, "I read this book. It is about a boy and his dog. The boy is sad because he lost his dog, but he finds him again. It has a happy ending." People smile. Linda says, "Thank you, Alex. It sounds like a nice story." After talking about books, the group reads a short story together. Linda reads first. Then other people read. They help each other with hard words. Finally, it is Alex's turn to read. He reads slowly. He makes some mistakes, but he tries hard. When Alex finishes, Linda says, "Good reading, Alex. You are doing well." Alex feels proud. He says, "Thank you. I practiced a lot." The book club ends. People say goodbye. Tom says to Alex, "See you next week." Alex leaves the library. He feels happy. He thinks, "I learned new words today. I made friends." Alex walks home. He thinks about the next book he will read. He wants to learn more English. He looks forward to the next book club meeting. Chapter 4. Workplace English. Today is Alex's first day at work. He has a part-time job at a cafe in New York. The cafe is busy and full of people from many places. Alex thinks, "I will use English a lot here." Alex arrives at the cafe early. The cafe is small and smells like coffee. There are many tables and people talking. Alex feels a little nervous, but also excited. The manager of the cafe is a woman named Sarah. She has red hair and a big smile. She says to Alex, "Hello, Alex. Welcome to your first day. Are you ready?" Alex nods and says, "Yes, I am ready. Thank you, Sarah." Sarah shows Alex around the cafe. She explains his jobs. "You will take orders, serve food, and help clean tables," she says. Alex listens carefully. Soon, customers start to come. A man comes to the counter. He speaks very fast. Alex tries to understand. The man says, "I'll have a large coffee and a blueberry muffin." Alex is confused. He thinks the man said, "library muffin." Alex says, "Sorry, we don't have library muffins." The man laughs a little. He says, "No, a blueberry muffin." Alex feels embarrassed, but he smiles and says, "Oh, sorry, one blueberry muffin? Anything else?" The man says, "No, that's all, thank you." Alex gives the man his coffee and muffin. He says, "Here you go. Enjoy your meal." Later, Sarah comes to Alex. She says, "It's okay, Alex. English can be hard. You're doing well." Alex feels better. Sarah teaches him some tricks. "When you don't understand, ask them to repeat slowly," she says. Another customer comes. She is an old lady. She speaks slowly. She says, "Can I have a small tea, please?" Alex understands. He feels happy. He says, "Yes, one small tea. Will you have anything to eat?" The lady says, "Yes, a slice of apple pie." Alex gets her order right. He serves her tea and apple pie. He says, "Here is your tea and apple pie. Enjoy." The lady smiles and says, "Thank you, young man." Throughout the day, Alex takes more orders. He listens carefully. Sometimes he makes mistakes, but he learns. He asks people to repeat if he does not understand. At the end of the day, Sarah says to Alex, "Good job today. You are learning fast." Alex feels tired but happy. He says, "Thank you, Sarah. I learned a lot today." Alex goes home. He thinks about his day. He feels good about his job. He knows he will improve his English by working at the cafe. He looks forward to going back tomorrow. Chapter 5. A Friend's Advice. Today, Alex meets his friend Maria at the park. Maria is from Colombia and speaks Spanish and English very well. Alex thinks, Maria can help me with English. Alex sees Maria sitting on a bench. The sun is shining and birds are singing. It's a nice day. Alex walks to Maria and says, "Hello, Maria. It's good to see you." Maria smiles and says, "Hi, Alex. How are you today?" Alex sits next to her and says, "I am good, but English is hard. I want to improve." Maria nods and says, "I understand. I had the same problem, but I found some ways to help." Alex listens carefully. He is happy to get help. Maria says, "Do you like music and movies?" Alex says, "Yes, I like them a lot." Maria explains, "Listening to English songs and watching English movies helped me a lot. The language is natural and it's fun to learn." Alex thinks this is a good idea. He says, "That sounds great. Can you recommend some movies or songs?" Maria says, "Sure, let's start with movies. You can watch Finding Nemo. It's easy to understand. For music, listen to the Beatles. Their songs are simple and clear." Alex writes this down in his notebook. He says, "Thank you, Maria. I will watch the movie and listen to the songs." Maria has more advice. She says, "Try to sing along with the songs. It helps with pronunciation and rhythm. Also, try to repeat lines from the movie. It's good practice." Alex nods. He says, "I will try that. It sounds like fun." They talk more about English. Maria shares more tips. She says, "Practice speaking too. You can talk to yourself in English at home." Alex laughs and says, "Talk to me? Really?" Maria laughs too. She says, "Yes, really. It helps. You can practice without feeling shy." Alex feels better now. He is happy to have a friend like Maria. They say goodbye. Maria says, "Good luck, Alex. Call me if you need help." Alex leaves the park. He feels excited to try Maria's ideas. He thinks, "I will improve my English. I have good plans now." Alex goes home. He starts watching Finding Nemo. He listens to the Beatles. He tries to sing along. It is hard, but it is fun. Alex feels happy. He is learning English in new ways. He thinks, "I will be better soon. I am working hard." Chapter 6. Overcoming the fear of speaking. Today Alex feels a little nervous. He has volunteered to help at a local community event. He thinks, "I will speak English a lot today. I hope I do well." Alex arrives at the community center. It is busy. Many people are there. They are setting up tables and chairs. Alex sees Mrs. Johnson, his English teacher. She is helping too. Mrs. Johnson sees Alex and smiles. She says, "Hello, Alex. Thank you for helping today." Alex smiles back and says, "Hello, Mrs. Johnson. I am happy to help." Mrs. Johnson gives Alex a job. She says, "Can you help people find seats and answer their questions?" Alex nods. He says, "Yes, I can try. I will do my best." People start to arrive for the event. Alex stands near the door. He feels his heart beat fast. He thinks, "I can do this." A lady comes to the door. She looks around. She seems lost. Alex goes to her. He says, "Hello, can I help you find a seat?" The lady smiles. She says, "Yes, please. Where can I sit?" Alex shows her to a seat. He says, "You can sit here. Do you need anything else?" The lady says, "No, thank you. You are very helpful." Alex feels happy. He thinks, "I did it. I spoke English well. More people come. Alex helps them. He answers their questions. He says things like, "The bathroom is over there," and "The event starts in 10 minutes." Sometimes Alex does not understand the first time. He asks, "Can you please say that again?" People repeat their questions slowly. Alex helps them. Mrs. Johnson watches Alex. She sees him doing well. She feels proud of him. After the event, Mrs. Johnson comes to Alex. She says, "Alex, you did a great job today. How do you feel?" Alex smiles. He says, "I feel good. I was nervous, but it was okay. I helped many people." Mrs. Johnson says, "Yes, you did. Speaking English with confidence is important. You are improving a lot." Alex feels proud. He says, "Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. I will keep practicing." The event ends. People leave. They say thank you and goodbye to Alex. He says goodbye back. He feels confident. Alex leaves the community center. He thinks about his day. He feels less afraid of speaking English now. He thinks, "I can speak English with people. I am getting better." Alex goes home. He is tired, but happy. He looks forward to more chances to speak English. He knows practice is important. He thinks, "I will speak English well. I am working hard." Chapter 7. Advanced Learning Techniques. Today, Alex goes to his English class. He feels excited. He thinks, "Today, we will learn more English. We will play games." Alex arrives at the classroom. The room is full of students. Everyone is happy and talking. Alex says hello to his friends. Mrs. Johnson, the teacher, comes into the room. She says, "Good morning, everyone. Today we will learn with games." The students are happy. They like games. Alex thinks, "Games are fun. I learn a lot with games." Mrs. Johnson explains the first game. She says, "We will play a word game. You need to find words in a puzzle. The words are all things we see in the classroom." Alex looks at the puzzle. There are many letters. He starts to look for words. He finds desk, chair, and board. He feels happy. Mrs. Johnson says, "Good job, Alex. You found many words." The next game is about grammar. Mrs. Johnson says, "We will make sentences. I will give you a word, and you make a sentence." Alex's word is happy. Alex thinks for a moment. Then he says, "I am happy to learn English." Mrs. Johnson smiles. She says, "Very good, Alex. That's a great sentence." The students play more games. They laugh and learn. Alex feels good. He understands the games. He learns new words and grammar. After the games, Mrs. Johnson says, "Now, let's talk about today." "What did you learn?" Alex raises his hand. He says, "I learned new words. I practiced grammar. Games help me remember." Mrs. Johnson says, "Yes, games are a good way to learn. You remember more when you have fun." The class ends. The students say goodbye to Mrs. Johnson. Alex says, "Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Today was fun." Mrs. Johnson says, "You're welcome, Alex. I'm glad you enjoyed it." Alex leaves the classroom. He feels happy and smart. He thinks, "Games make learning fun. I want to play more games to learn English." Alex goes home. He tells his friend Maria about the games. He says, "Today, we played word games and grammar games." Maria says, "That sounds fun. Games are a great way to learn." Alex agrees. He says, "Yes, I want to play more games. It helps me learn." Alex continues to study English at home. He uses games and puzzles. He feels excited about learning. He thinks, "English is fun with games. I am improving every day." Chapter 8. Real-world practice. Today, Alex is ready for a new challenge. He thinks, "I will use my English in the real world." Alex volunteers at a tourist information booth to practice speaking English with people from different countries. Alex arrives at the tourist booth. It is in a busy part of New York City where many tourists come. The booth is small and has many maps and brochures. Alex meets Lucy, who works there every day. She says, "Hello, Alex. I'm glad you're here to help." Alex smiles and says, "Thank you, Lucy. I'm excited to help and practice my English." Lucy shows Alex what to do. She says, "We answer questions and give directions. It's fun, and you meet many people." Soon, tourists start coming to the booth. A couple from Italy approaches. They look confused. Alex greets them. "Hello, how can I help you today?" The man asks, "Where is the Empire State Building?" Alex knows the answer. He points and says, "It is that way. You walk 5 minutes, then see it tall and big." The couple thanks him. They say, "Thank you, very helpful." Alex feels happy. He thinks, "I did it. I helped them." More tourists come. A family from Brazil asks about good places to eat. Alex uses a map to show them. He says, "Here and here are good restaurants. They have delicious food." The family smiles and thanks Alex. They say, "Thanks, young man. You are very kind." Throughout the day, Alex talks to many people. He gives directions and answers questions. Sometimes he does not understand the first time. He asks, "Can you please say that again?" People repeat their words more slowly. Lucy watches Alex. She sees him doing well. She says, "You're doing great, Alex. How do you feel?" Alex smiles. He says, "I feel good. I was nervous, but it's okay now. I'm learning a lot." At the end of the day, Alex and Lucy clean up the booth. Lucy says, "Thank you for helping today, Alex. You did a wonderful job." Alex feels proud. He says, "Thank you, Lucy. I learned so much today. I want to come back and help again." Alex leaves the booth. He walks home, thinking about his day. He feels more confident in his English. He thinks, "I talked to many people today. My English is getting better." Alex is excited about more opportunities to use his English. He knows that practice is important. He thinks, "Every day I improve. I will keep practicing." Chapter 9. Mastery and Reflection. Today, Alex is walking to his English class. He feels good about his English skills. He thinks, "I have learned a lot. Today, I will show my teacher and friends how much I have improved." When Alex arrives at the classroom, he sees his classmates talking. Mrs. Johnson, the teacher, greets everyone with a smile. She says, "Good morning, everyone. Today we will talk about our progress. Each of you will share how you have improved in English." Alex feels excited and a little nervous. He has practiced a lot and thinks he is ready. Mrs. Johnson starts the class. She asks, "Who wants to go first?" Alex raises his hand quickly. He stands up and says, "I can start." Alex begins to speak. "When I came to New York, my English was not good. I was scared to talk to people. Now, I feel different. I work in a cafe, and I help tourists in the city. I use English every day." The classmates listen to Alex. They look interested. Alex feels confident. He continues, "I made many mistakes at first, but I learned from them. Now I can speak with people easily. I understand them better." Mrs. Johnson nods and says, "Thank you, Alex. That's wonderful. Can you tell us what helped you the most?" Alex thinks for a moment. He says, "Practicing English outside of class helped me a lot. I talked to people at work and at the tourist booth. Also, playing games and watching movies in English were fun and useful." Mrs. Johnson says, "That's excellent advice, Alex. Using English in real-life situations is very important for learning." The other students share their stories too. They talk about their challenges and successes. Alex listens and learns from them. At the end of the class, Mrs. Johnson says, "I'm proud of all of you. Keep practicing, and you will continue to improve." Alex feels happy and proud. He has come a long way since he first started learning English. He thanks Mrs. Johnson and says, Thank you for your help, Mrs. Johnson. I will keep working hard. Alex leaves the classroom feeling motivated. He thinks about his journey and how much he has grown. He knows he still has more to learn, but he is not afraid. He thinks, I will keep getting better. I am not afraid of making mistakes. They help me learn. As he walks home, Alex plans to keep using English every day. He wants to be even better. He smiles and thinks, my English journey is not over. It's just another step forward. Chapter 10. Looking Ahead. Today, Alex is feeling very happy and excited. He has just passed his advanced English certification exam. He thinks, I did it. I have improved so much in English. Alex goes to his English class to share the good news with Mrs. Johnson and his classmates. When he arrives, everyone is busy talking. Alex smiles and says, Hello, everyone. I have great news. The room becomes quiet. Mrs. Johnson looks at Alex and smiles. She says, What is your news, Alex? Alex stands in front of the class. He feels proud and a bit nervous. He says, I passed my English certification exam. I got high marks. The classmates clap. They are happy for Alex. Mrs. Johnson says, That is wonderful, Alex. Congratulations. You have worked very hard. Alex thanks everyone. He says, Thank you, Mrs. Johnson, and thank you all. I could not have done it without your support and encouragement. Mrs. Johnson asks, What are your plans now, Alex? Alex thinks for a moment. He says, I want to find a job that uses my English skills. I also want to keep learning. Maybe I can help other people learn English too. Mrs. Johnson nods. She says, That sounds like a great plan. You have become very good at English. You can definitely help others. Then, Alex talks about his journey. He says, When I started learning English, it was hard. I was afraid to speak, but I kept practicing. I talked to people and used English every day. He continues, I made mistakes, but I learned from them. Every mistake was a chance to improve. Mrs. Johnson smiles. She says, That's a very important lesson, Alex. Making mistakes is part of learning. The class talks about their own experiences with learning English. They share tips and encourage each other. At the end of the class, Alex feels inspired. He thinks, I want to keep using my English and keep getting better. I also want to help others learn English. As Alex leaves the classroom, he feels excited about the future. He thinks, I have many opportunities now. I will use my English in my job and maybe even travel more. Alex walks home, planning his next steps. He thinks about jobs, helping others, and even writing about his experiences. He knows that learning English has opened many doors for him. He is grateful for his teacher, his classmates, and all the experiences that helped him improve. Alex looks forward to what comes next. He thinks, This is just the beginning. There's so much more I can do with my English skills. As the sun sets, Alex feels ready for new challenges and opportunities. He knows that his journey with English will continue to bring new adventures and successes. The end. The story can be classified predominantly around the CEFR, Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, Level A1. This classification is based on the simplicity of the language used, the basic grammar structures, and the limited vocabulary that corresponds to the A1 level. Let's explore this assessment through specific examples from the story. Vocabulary. A1 level vocabulary is very basic and often includes common everyday words that are used to express simple concepts and needs. In the story, words like classroom, teacher, English, learn, and speak are straightforward and pertain to everyday activities, especially relevant to a language learning context. Simple greetings and common phrases are used, such as hello, good morning, and thank you, which are typical for A1 level learners to master early in their language study. Grammar. At the A1 level, the grammar is limited to simple sentence structures, often simple and sometimes continuous, with an emphasis on statements and basic questions. From the story. Use of simple present tense. Alex arrives at the classroom. Mrs. Johnson says, "Basic question forms. Who wants to go first? What did you learn?" Simple prepositions and conjunctions are used to form straightforward sentences. I am happy to learn English. Alex feels proud and a bit nervous. Dialogue and interaction. Interaction at A1 is usually restricted to very familiar topics, using rehearsed statements. Conversations in the story are direct and involve everyday language learning scenarios, such as discussing learning improvements, asking simple questions, and giving basic information about personal experiences. Dialogues like, I passed my English certification exam. I got high marks. Demonstrated the ability to convey personal achievements using simple language structures. Comprehension. The A1 level is characterized by the ability to understand and use familiar, everyday expressions and very basic phrases. The story is structured to provide context clues and repetitive language that aids comprehension, a key feature in materials designed for A1 learners. Sentences are short and contexts are clearly defined, such as classroom settings or simple personal interactions, which helps in grasping the meaning without complex interpretation. Overall, language use. The narrative maintains a simple style, appropriate for A1 learners who are expected to understand and produce language pertaining to personal details or familiar situations. The story avoids complex syntax or vocabulary that might overwhelm an A1 level learner. By adhering to these characteristics, the story aligns well with the A1 proficiency level, ensuring that it is accessible and educational for beginners in English. This level of language learning is about building confidence in basic communication in everyday situations, exactly as portrayed in the narrative of Alex's learning experiences. Let's explore 10 words and phrases from the story, detailing their meanings, examples from the story, and how they might be used in real-life contexts. 1. Past. Meaning, successfully completed or achieved, usually referring to a test or examination. Story, example, I passed my English certification exam. Real life, example, she passed her driving test on the first try. 2. Certification, meaning, official documentation or proof that someone has completed a course or passed an exam. Story, example, Alex has just passed his advanced English certification exam. Real-life example, he received his CPR certification after completing the training. 3. Improved, meaning, to have become better at something. Story example, each of you will share how you have improved in English. Real-life example, her cooking has improved since she started taking classes. 4. Clap. Meaning, to strike the palms of one's hands together, often repeatedly, to show approval or enjoyment. Story example, the classmates clap. They are happy for Alex. Real-life example, everyone started to clap when the performance ended. 5. Support. Meaning, to give assistance or encouragement to someone. Story. Example, thank you all. I could not have done it without your support and encouragement. Real-life example, her family's support helped her through the difficult times. 6. Challenges, meaning, difficulties that require effort and determination to overcome. Story example, they talk about their challenges and successes. Real-life example, facing the challenges of climbing a mountain can be very rewarding. 7. Excited. Meaning, feeling very enthusiastic and eager about something. Story. Example, today Alex is feeling very happy and excited. Real-life example, she was excited about her upcoming vacation to Europe. 8. Proud. Meaning, feeling pleasure or satisfaction over something achieved, possessed, or associated with oneself. Story. Example, Alex feels proud and a bit nervous. Real life. Example: he felt proud to have his artwork displayed in the gallery. 9. Encouragement. Meaning: the act of giving someone support, confidence, or hope. Story. Example: thank you all. I could not have done it without your support and encouragement. Real-life example: her teacher's encouragement played a key role in her academic success. 10. Plan. Meaning: a detailed proposal for doing or achieving something. Story example: what are your plans now, Alex? Real life. Example: they made plans to renovate their home next summer. These words and phrases are fundamental and commonly used in both conversational and written English, making them useful for anyone learning the language at a basic level. From the story, readers can gain several valuable lessons that are applicable not only to language learning, but also to personal growth and adaptation to new environments. Here are 3 key takeaways. 1. The importance of practical application. Lesson details. Alex's experience demonstrates the significant benefits of applying language skills in real-world settings. Whether it's working in a cafe, volunteering at a tourist information booth, or participating in a book club, these practical applications help reinforce classroom learning and accelerate language acquisition. Broader implication. This lesson extends beyond language learning to any new skill acquisition. The more actively we engage with new skills in practical settings, the more effectively we can internalize and improve them. For instance, someone learning to play an instrument might benefit from performing in a live setting, or someone studying a new software tool could work on a real project to enhance their understanding. 2. Learning from mistakes. Lesson details. Throughout the story, Alex encounters situations where misunderstandings or mistakes in communication occur due to his language barriers. Rather than being discouraged, Alex uses these instances as learning opportunities, which are encouraged by his teacher and peers. This attitude helps him gradually improve his confidence and proficiency. Broader implication. The story reinforces the general wisdom that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process. Embracing mistakes as opportunities for learning can be applied to any discipline or skill. For example, a young professional might learn from errors in a business presentation, or a new driver might improve their skills after misjudging a parking space. 3. The value of persistence and support. Lesson details. Alex's journey is marked by continuous effort and the support he receives from teachers, friends, and colleagues. His persistence in attending classes, asking for help when needed, and practicing diligently are crucial to his success. Similarly, the encouragement and assistance he receives from others play a significant role in his progression. Broader implication. Persistence and support are fundamental to overcoming challenges in any area of life. Whether someone is pursuing a new career, recovering from an illness, or tackling a personal goal, perseverance and a strong support network are invaluable assets. For instance, someone starting a new business will benefit immensely from persistent effort and the backing of mentors and peers. These lessons from Alex's story highlight universal themes of growth, resilience, and community support, offering readers insights that apply to various aspects of life beyond language learning. This story and voiceover have been provided by English Made Easy. Learn through stories. Copying or re-uploading is strictly prohibited.